The human eye, magnificent. It's so perfectly adapted, beautiful and expressive. A single glance can speak volumes. But what's even more remarkable is what an eye can do with light. When you focus in on something that captures your attention, it picks up light reflecting off that object and turns it into electrical impulses. These impulses race through your brain, dashing down your optic nerve from front to back. Where they are interpreted as images. We humans are very curious, driven to explore. That's why when you get a glimpse of something you've never seen before, you have to look closer. But there's a limit to what your eyes can see, and so much that remains hidden. The farthest you can see is upwards, to a black sky lit with thousands of pinpoints of light. Since mankind first looked up, we've wanted to know more about these lights, but without help, we could only see this simple naked eye view, until we built telescopes. From radio to X-ray, from small to extremely large and powerful. They gave us the ability to see so much more. They confirmed that some of those pinpoints of light are planets. Fantastic worlds orbiting in a system around a star we call the Sun. And we learned that our Earth was fortunately placed within a narrow habitable zone where we neither boil nor freeze. To help us see closer still, we built rockets. These powerful machines defy Earth's gravity, carrying whatever we wish to put out into space, including probes, unmanned spacecraft designed for exploration. Some probes drop robot explorers onto the surface of planets. They carry our curiosity to other worlds. Telescopes also helped us to learn that our single sun is a stable star with several billion years of life remaining. Being single is a good thing, because many stars come in pairs or groups bound together by gravity. And if they're too close, one star can consume the other. Destroying it, along with any of its orbiting planets. Looking even farther out, we discovered that most of the stars we see in our night sky are part of a vast collection of billions of stars. Together, they form a whirling disk, a spiral galaxy we call our Milky Way. And when placing one of the most powerful telescopes of all above Earth's atmosphere, we could peer even deeper into space and saw much more than expected. A universe teeming with billions of galaxies, many just like ours. These discoveries are just a fraction of what we now know. We even built tools that let us step from the Earth to the Moon, and the world celebrated a moment in time never to be forgotten. For the first time, mankind had a physical connection with the universe beyond our home planet. And this was just the beginning. 30 years later, we began to build a magnificent space station. As large as a football field and still evolving and growing, the International Space Station is a testbed for living and working away from Earth, preparing us for future deep space missions. Our curiosity and desire to see farther has generated another story. The two stories run in parallel, one reaching out into the depths of space, the other reaching back down to you here on Earth. What follows is that second story of how the technology developed for use in space is now shaping your world and influencing the way you live. This is a view of the world your eyes can't see. Digital data riding on radio waves. It flows between transmitters and receivers, between televisions, computers, mobile devices, and GPS equipment. It connects you to just about everything you care about. It's an integral part of your modern life.
Calculating route. Turn right. Turn left. Keep left. In 1/2 mile, straight ahead.
Connecting you to the live programs you're all watching and chatting about is a vital piece of space technology. At 37,000 kilometers above you in high Earth orbit, it looks like it's hanging motionless, but it's not. It's zipping by at 11,000 kilometers an hour, keeping pace with Earth's rotation in what's known as geostationary orbit. And it's far from alone. The first man to imagine a fleet of communications satellites was the science fiction writer Arthur C. Clarke. He described a space-based global communication system in 1945, years before space exploration began. Today, there are thousands of satellites that serve us from orbit. They form a ring of communication high above the equator. Each satellite processes a stream of information-packed radio waves beamed up from transmitters below, then sends the information back down to millions of waiting digital devices. Also hanging out in geostationary orbit, enjoying the widest views of our planet, are observational satellites. They keep a close watch on something important to all of us: weather. And in particular, large destructive storms. In 2012, the satellite tracking of Hurricane Sandy had people glued to their TVs, watching these images. As the superstorm spun ever closer, people boarded up and moved out. And by peering deep inside her clouds, satellites informed us that significant rainfall and flooding was inevitable, forcing the evacuations of coastal regions to minimize tragedy. Images from these satellites also keep you up to speed with events that directly affect our environment: advancing forest fires, rising ocean temperatures, and black carbon or soot that can choke our industrial cities. Lower down are the satellites that support your GPS devices. They race ahead of the spinning Earth, passing overhead twice a day. Each time you use your GPS to find a nearby coffee shop or burger joint, you connect to at least 3 satellites, working together to assist in getting you there. Other GPS satellites track the movements of wildlife across the globe. And knowing if great white sharks are heading for extinction or heading for your favorite beach is useful information. You can thank these clever devices for that. At just 700 kilometers overhead, sharing the same low Earth orbit as the International Space Station, are Earth science satellites. At this height, they orbit Earth 16 times a day. They scan the surface continuously, providing close-up images of environmental changes and disasters. If you want to see the scale of deforestation, measure how much farmland there is, or measure the size of an iceberg, these are the satellites for the job. And when you use the internet to catch a bird's eye view of your city, your home, or someone else's home, you're looking at an image from these satellites. And cameras are advancing all the time to see closer and closer. Satellites are just one of the many space technologies that connect you here on Earth with activities in space. The technologies that give us the ability to see beyond our planet or step off it into orbit have also paved the way and opened doors for the development and improvement of thousands of the items you use every day. Recognize any of these objects? Where would you be without microelectronics? Imagine no camera on your smartphone. Imagine no smartphone. And what about a world without satellite dishes, cordless vacuum cleaners, and ceramic hair straighteners? Some of us owe our lives to space tech spin-offs, such as fire-resistant clothing, shock-absorbing helmets, and fire extinguishers. And to many advances in medicine. And the human heart has had its fair share of space-based applications to help keep it beating. Here, inside this artery, we're about to meet the biggest killer in the Western world. Fatty deposits that can cause a heart attack. Coming to the rescue is a cool laser developed to study the Earth's atmosphere from space. Surgeons thread this tiny device through the artery, where its laser safely vaporizes the blockage.
Oh, that's cool.
Allowing blood to flow freely again. This heart needs help too. Its rhythm is being controlled by a pacemaker operated from outside the body using technology developed for communications between Earth and satellites. And what keeps the pacemaker pacing? A longer-lasting battery specifically developed for use in space. It now powers today's electric cars, computers and smartphones, keeping us driving, communicating and gaming for longer. Our journeys into outer space also give us a better view of our inner workings. Life-saving body imaging such as MRIs and CAD scans have been greatly improved using digital signal processing, a technology developed to enhance images of the moon. And thanks to components designed for the Mars Viking lander's onboard laboratory, millions of people are now spared painful daily shots because of a tiny automatic pump that delivers microdoses of insulin to their body. The list of innovations space exploration has given us goes on and new opportunities are continuously opening up. From alternative water purification systems and energy sources to flight guidance and control instruments. From turbine blades to home insulation, and improvements in car safety and better fuel efficiency. And there's a lot more to come. Predicting what effect space exploration might have on the future takes us into the unknown. As humans begin to reach farther out, we could be about to live through space exploration's most exciting era yet. We can already break free from low Earth orbit to travel beyond our moon. One day, perhaps, we'll take the long journey to step on Mars. Of this barren, cratered landscape may one day look very different. Maybe we'll develop the tools to protect us from external threats, destructive objects that may get pulled in from space. This could give us the opportunity to change the course of a possible disaster. Our desire to see more and communicate better will undoubtedly continue. If you think that communication with anyone and everyone is easy now, just wait. Some of you may even find your way into orbit, whether as an astronaut or as a passenger. Space tourism is one of the most exciting offshoots of space exploration. One day, you too could have a satellite's view of the Earth. Our curiosity for the unknown has driven us to build tools to explore a universe of unimaginable scale and beauty. In turn, these developments have given us a better understanding of our own planet and have influenced and changed the way we live. These two stories will continue to evolve as we continue to look beyond our world. So much has happened in just a few decades. Imagine what we will be doing in space a few decades from now, and how it will affect your life here on Earth.